Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Metal Gear Speedrunners 35th anniversary. We have an absolutely incredible showcase for you now. This is going to be Il Pazzo running Metal Gear Solid 1 any percent easy, but he's going to do it blindfolded. I'm going to hand over to Pazzo and let him introduce his commentators. Have fun, guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm gonna try to run MGS1 blindfolded. As you guess, it's not an easy run, but I will try my best. And I think it's entertaining to watch. Today, my commentators gonna be Apache Smash and Joseph Joestar. How are you guys?
Hey, it's good to be back in here again, alongside with Patchy. Man, it feels like it's only been a couple weeks ago from SGDQ, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking I haven't commentated with Joe in so long, but we literally commentated together like 2 weeks ago or something. So yeah, it's always good. Always good.
So first of all, I'm gonna show you my wonderful blindfold. It's, I don't know, year, I don't know. And I'm just gonna do something real quick. As you can see, I'm playing. It's not a recorded run. We can go.
Yeah, I'm not a verifier for the leaderboards, but that definitely checks out for me.
It works for me. I believe it.
Okay, I'm gonna put my blindfold. And see you on the other side.
All right, good luck, Pazzo.
Yeah, so running blindfolded. Metal Gear Solid 1 has been completed blindfolded before. It was done by Tromboncino, who did the All Bosses console run. So Pazzo is the second person to pick up the mantle of running blindfolded in this game. I don't need to tell you how difficult it is to play a game without looking. But what we do is we go through the game and we find strategies that work. So in Metal Gear Solid, so far we found that running directly and finding walls helps us to plan routes through the game. There's a lot of audio indicators in this game that will help. You don't so much get like proximity, like you'll never be able to tell the proximity of guards, but Pazzo will be able to sneak up to the elevator quite easily here.
Yeah, and thankfully because he's on easy, it won't be as punishing when getting into encounters with guards and, any damage taken. But yeah, audio is really the name of the game, and of course I can't really hold a candle to running blindfold. I mean, Apache with me, he's ran the tanker on MGS2 blindfolded, the madman that he is, but there is something very appealing when it comes to watching people attempt this, but it's something else actually doing it, would you say?
Yeah, it's tough. It just requires a lot of practice ahead of time. You've got to know the strats for each room. You've got to know your backups when things go wrong. But I believe in Pazzo. I've been watching some clips of him doing the run. I know that he goes for some of the harder strats, like he'll go for boba skip and scary stuff like that. So I think any percent is really the way to do this game blindfolded. I think when I come to do it, I will do like a wolfless version, because wolf is just like too difficult to do blindfolded.
Yeah, all bosses blindfolded, that would truly be something else to really figure that out. Even on any percent, that's no joke either. You got to get your skips right, which is primarily what Disc 1 is doing a bunch of skips and out-of-bounds stuff.
Yeah, I think even on easy, if you get Metal Gear Solid 1 is super punishing on alerts. You do die very quickly still, and there's not really much space to kind of get out of an alert. I think if he does get caught anywhere, his strategy will be to die, or in some cases reset the room. But it's not going to help you in a place like a place like the nuke building. If you get caught, you're dead, no matter what difficulty you're playing on. The elevator's come down now. Hopefully, he'll be able to sneak onto it. Going to wait for this first guard to go. He'll probably be using the music as a sound cue there, so he knows he can safely run to the elevator. Nice.
That's actually what I was. Yeah, I was actually wondering if that's what he was going to use, because I know sometimes people can turn the music off for PC, But I think in this case, depending on different sections of the game, the music can actually be a good source of reference, other than just memorizing the game in your head.
Absolutely. He's using like a cool route here. I assume he's counting the footsteps of Snake. They're like quite distinguishable, so you can count. He's going to get the SOCOM early. He will need the SOCOM for Boba Skip. You can imagine trying to do that with a grenade will be way harder than doing it with the gun.
A surveillance camera?
I like this using punches to line himself up. He can tank the alert there because he knows he's in front of the vent, and he used that triggering of the surveillance camera cutscene to know where he was going. He's used some extra movement there by the sounds of it to ensure that he was fully against that wall before he tried to turn. I like this going down the vent at an angle. Because I think that when he reaches the end of the vent, he will automatically begin moving to the left. If he was fully, like, you know, when he made that first right turn, if he was fully facing towards the vent, he would just get to the wall on the other side and there would be no, like, audio indicator that he's hit the wall. Because it all just sounds the same, right? Whether you're moving through the vent or you're pushing against the wall in here, it just sounds the same.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that that's... Yeah, it's helping him navigate without having to know, like, when the end of the vents are, unless you're just that good, but... yeah, like you said, when you're crawling in the vent, it all sounds the same, which, of course, you got the 3 rats giving him, you know, the little alert signal above, which I'm sure is helping him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's using the sound of the Alaskan field mice as well to know where he is. So now he knows he's out because he heard that cleared standing up sound. And he might be stuck a little bit here. This is clever.
Yeah. Wow, look at that, man.
That was excellent. Just to be clear, me and Joe have not seen this run ahead of time as well, so we'll be reacting to stuff as he does it. Like I say, I've seen clips of him playing, but I've not seen every room.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched people speedrun Blindfolded, I've just never actually done it myself. So I'm also kind of just reacting as we're seeing it.
This is super clever as well. Like he's used like the outer wall to get himself in position for this vent glitch. Now this vent glitch will save like 30 minutes. Gets it first time as well. Now he's got to count his footsteps to hit the load zone behind the door.
Yeah, I think this is pretty similar to when you're trying to run this without the radar, but it's even harder when you're doing this blindfolded, because now you're really truly relying on your memory of where the door is. Oh, hey,
my God, he got it.
There he goes.
That was so impressive.
But you know what? I think he did it almost too well because, look, he got captured.
This is going to feel like a nice breather in Blindfolded, right? There's not a whole lot that can go wrong here, but I am so impressed by just not only being able to do the vent glitch Blindfolded, his setup for it was awesome, but then being able to find the load zone as well.
I mean, I was gonna comment on what I just read in the chat, like, as we're, you know, watching this happen, is, well, he was kind of too fast for his own good. They kind of just threw him in the cell. They didn't even think to search him for any, you know, weapons or contraband, so that's why he's still holding his SOCOM in the cell. I mean, Johnny's trying his best. He's not the brightest of the bunch, but, you know, he's trying.
So, what happens with that glitch is we actually went through a much higher level key door than we should have access to. So the game just assumes we're up to the part where we get captured.
Yeah, and then what he just did there with being underneath the bed and then getting the Johnny to notice him is it stops Johnny from falling back asleep if you get him to notice you, like, as he's coming back. Oh, how rude. I'm actually trying to explain what's going on, and he's all like, shut up in there, will ya?
Shut up in there, will ya?
Which, by the way, as fun as it is, knocking on the door or the wall or just making noise minimizes Johnny's sneezes, so it just saves you a little bit of time for every sneeze you don't get.
Snake, it's showtime.
I'm so impressed by what he's come up with because Tromboncino, the guy who originally did Blindfolded, didn't do these skips because he did all bosses. So Pazzo's had to come up with his own ways of finding these glitches while blindfolded, like doing the vent glitch. Super impressive.
So,
You know, I had no idea how I was gonna, skip this torture blindfolded, so I'm glad he was able to get by it okay.
but I'll take the woman in return. I'll have my fun with her before I kill her. Meryl, I hope you can still look at yourself in the mirror, my friend.
Hey, when I look in the mirror, I think I see Apache Smash.
I'm
That
so
or
excited
I
to,
see a caption underneath in the mirror where it says, follow @Apache Smash on Twitter. One of the two.
excited to give this run a go blindfolded. It looks so fun.
Shut up in there,
I mean, you never know, because then we can get like another MGSR emote with another Apache blindfolded emote in there in the server.
I hate that one because it's a GIF and I don't have Nitro, so I can't use it. This is a rich people GIF. Rich people emote.
Yeah, so not much else going on now. So like Apache was saying, because we touched the loading zone for the medical room so early, the game puts us in the cell as if we had completed, the tasks of, guard rush, meeting up with Meryl, fighting Ocelot, Ninja, Mantis, the tank. I mean, all the things that we haven't seen yet. And by going through the torture sequence and skipping it, we're now so quote-unquote caught up with the story trigger. But the thing is, Pazzo's still rank 0. He hasn't leveled up from anything yet, so his life bar is still, where it is, and his inventory for ammo and rations is still small. And as we catch up with the game, you'll see that he actually gains those rank ups over time.
Hey, I'm
Wait,
here.
who is this guy?
Where?
Yeah, once Archon turns up there, like Pazzo had to be by the door, otherwise it won't progress. You have to actually walk over to him, so he knows he's in the right place because the cutscene continued. Use the ketchup.
Wait, that's ketchup?
I really like this setup because now he's perfectly in the door to stand up on Johnny when he enters the cell.
Oh man, that better be ketchup, because it just looks like Snake Eye cut in half by the door.
What the hell?
But joke's on Johnny, we're actually okay, we're just gonna... Yeah, it may look like we broke his neck, but, Johnny's not dead. He just kind of disappears into oblivion, known as, Twin Snakes. We'll see him again. Alright, so we got the item box back, which gives not only Snake his clothes, but the cellcom that he smuggled into the cell. So, few things we gotta do to catch up is we need to get, the PSG-1 sniper rifle, because again, we haven't acquired it yet. We don't actually need to use it, but we just need to have it.
This is one of the hardest rooms in the game when you can see. I know this is a really challenging room in Blindfolded, so I'm anxious to see his strategy here. Looks like he's going quite a safe route. Grab some extra C4.
Yeah, I think he's also anticipating, like, by doing this, he's, seeing, like, where the guards are. Not by seeing them, but, like, he's anticipating where they'll be, by just going into one room over another, because they just kind of move about the room.
He's tried to pick up the PSG-1, but he hasn't got it yet. And he won't know whether he's got it or not. Obviously can't see his own weapons. Like, he needs to pick up that PSG-1, and he hasn't touched it. When he moved for it, he moved, like, around it. Now he's got it. He doesn't know, so he's trying. I believe he was trying to do the invincibility glitch, right? Like, God mode exploit. But he just didn't have it in his inventory yet. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to get it this time.
Yeah, because right now the game is sort of in a weird place where you pick up items that you should have had already, but in the case of the PSG-1, because it's a story trigger item, you kind of just touch it, and it just says, you know, whatever it says in the text, but then it shows up in your inventory still.
There we go, he's got it this time. Should be okay now.
Yeah, so it says PSG1, but 0 out of 0. So he technically has the weapon, but he's rank 0, so he wasn't really supposed to have the weapon yet. You know, which is why it, you know, says what it does. And I think he just activated GME.
He did, yeah. He's now used God Mode exploit. I think that, like, the sound of the alert is preventing him from knowing exactly where he is. It's hard to know when you're in prone and when you're standing. Something that I get stuck with a lot in Blindfolded. It's difficult to know what position you're in, especially with the guards, you know, firing, and that's all you can hear in your ear. So I think he's going to use like this room at the bottom here. Normally you would blow up this wall to get to Ocelot. He's going to use it to get rid of the alert.
Yeah, he's going to reset the room.
He's just testing what weapon he's got, and he wants to know whether he's got the SOCOM equipped. He planted that other C4 just to get it out of his inventory as well. So he's actually purposely gone to that room to clear the alert. So he went to the armory, picked up the PSG-1, he activated God mode, and then he used the C4 to get rid of that alert. Now, it looks
Yeah,
like
because yeah, I think he's just waiting for that guard to turn. There he goes. Yeah, because you can call the elevator on alert, but you can't actually use it until the alert goes away. So it's a nice, you know, recovery strategy for wanting to clear the room and be able to get back to the elevator again.
I think that getting caught the first time shook him a little bit, but he recovered so well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Apache, Armory is probably one of the scariest places in the game, no matter what you're doing. All bosses, any percent, extreme. I mean, it's just, there's just so many things that can go wrong. And for him to do it blindfolded and be able to recover it on a second attempt is very impressive.
I like what he's doing here, setting up his movement so he'll get through the claymores with it. Because if he hits a claymore, as Joe was saying before, he's still rank 0, so he has a very small amount of health. And those claymores can one-shot you, depending on how much damage they deal when you hit them.
Hey, how did that tank get there? Somebody must have gotten into a fight.
Using the sound of the grenade, but I think he needs those grenades later anyway.
He does, and I'm sure that's, you know, he needs the grenades, and it's just for location, so he knows where he's at on the map. But as you can see, we're now catching up to where we should be, and he's ranking up, so now his life bar is up, his ammo count's gonna go up. And you're just gonna see this repeatedly as he's making his way over to Comms Tower A, where we're just hitting these triggers for ranking up of what should have been like defeating the tank, Psycho Mantis, Ninja. So it's just gradually catching him up.
I'll be careful in here. If he gets an alert, the room will fill with gas and he'll be dead. So he did spend some time picking up some items elsewhere in the room because he wants this guard to be out of the way when he uses this elevator. But this is a nice strat for the nuke build, and I like it a lot.
Wow, man, I gotta hand it to these punch buffer setups.
As you'll know, Joe, like the buttons in MGS1, like, you know, just activating something like an elevator trigger, it's very precise, right? Even in sighted runs, people will like run up to it and miss, like you'll throw a punch into the air. So doing those setups for each button is really important. He needs to normalize his movement and know where he is, otherwise he's just going to get lost. It may seem like it's unnecessary, but it's super, super necessary.
Okay, I think he got stuck on that couch,
Yeah,
so he's trying to...
I don't think he means to get stuck on that couch. Well, no, that's the ration, though. Yeah, he realized where he was. Oh, the stairs threw him off.
I mean, he can always leave the room and come back. Yeah, so he's just going to use the door again to kind of, you know, gauge where he is.
Couch is throwing.
Oh, bless you, Snake.
He'll be playing the room inside his head, and he won't have accounted for that couch. So now he'll just be like, you know, what? I should be in the right place here. This is really gonna bother him later. Be like a psychiatrist couch. It's like, I know the door's there.
Oh, you know what I think it is? It's when he was going through that door and he was going on an angle, I think he was too close to the center, so that he ran into the couch unexpectedly. He was probably using that angle, knowing that that bookshelf is going to be there, which, by the way, we beat the bookshelf boss.
He's worked it out. He worked it out from the doorway. I could sort of see his head move when he worked it out. But this is a really tricky section. He's going to skip these caves and the dogs by doing God Mode Exploit 2, which will allow him to walk over triggers without activating them. This is normally done blindfolded, so he should be okay with it.
Yeah, then he's going to do GME 2 again, which is just going to allow him to go out of bounds and screen ramp. And then just end up on the other side. Wow, nicely done.
Right, now he's going to go for... I believe he's going to go for Boba Skip. So, first time in an event seeing Boba Skip blindfolded. Would be interested. He's going to equip the grenade to skip this initial cutscene that plays after you open the door. So he's going to set it off himself with the grenade. Going to wait for that door to open.
Yeah, one of the things unique about running this on PC is you can actually assign weapons to hotkeys, which you notice he swapped from chaff to stun without actually going through the inventory menu like you just saw just now for the stuns. It's just, it's like one of the PC quirks. Yeah, alright, there he goes.
He's going to know because he'll hear the stairs. Every time he flattens out against the top, he knows it's the next staircase, so he can count the staircases, but the guards have had a chance to build a little bit of distance with him. So, this could prove more difficult on this first run through, but if he makes it to that door, he can't throw this next stun yet as well. So he went through, you can obviously use the item, the ration, so in Blindfolded you'll regularly see people, they'll go through every item in their inventory until it'll let them use one. But now he knows he's got the rations equipped as well, which is going to prove really vital when he goes for this Boba Skip. As he's kept count of the doors all the way up, he'll know he's there now, so he'll equip the SOCOM.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to like...
SOCOM.
Yeah, he's just trying to buffer it out so he can get set up.
So this is how Boba Skip was originally found. She used the SOCOM when it happened, and what we're waiting for is a specific animation that plays while he's got the gun aimed out at the guards. They should.
Hey, there he goes, man. Way to go.
That was first time.
Yeah, first third try.
By Pazzo.
Also, shoutouts to Boba for finding that skip.
Oh, legendary. That looks like a really safe way, because in normal runs we'll do the glitch with a grenade, which is a 50-50, but it must be so difficult to line something like that up. The SOCOM kind of lines it up for you, and we'll see him GME and just drop to the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, so it'll screen ramp him and then just drop him down because they didn't patch a wall there. I mean, there is a wall, but they just never patched one when you go out of bounds. Okay, it looks like he's trying to... Yeah, I think he's trying to find the loading zone for that door.
He went a little bit too far up before he dropped.
Oh. Yeah, this is just one of those things that just, you know, I say to myself, what do you see when you stare into the abyss? And I see this.
I think after a while he'll know that he's kind of missed it, and to get his setup again, I assume... Oh, there we go, he's found it.
He found it. Woo! Let's go, Pazzo.
I'll tell you right now, from doing blindfolded runs, he went for the glitch as well, where you lean into the shot. Like, he missed it, but it's so cool to see someone try and do that blindfolded. Yeah, when you get lost in this game, when you blindfolded... sorry, Wolf 2, ladies and gentlemen. Wolf 2 blindfolded, no problem. We can... There's essentially a load zone in the fight. Like, there's a line that you're not supposed to be able to cross. But we use a glitch to cross that line, and because we're past the line, the game just thinks that the fight is over.
Yeah, it's called the weapons glitch, where you're tricking the game into thinking that you're carrying a weapon you shouldn't be, with the PS2 sniper rifle, when you equip it, you normally go into, like, this sniping prone stance. With PC, it's easier to do because it's just a couple of keystrokes between hotkeys between weapons. There is a version to do it on console, which involves a damage buffer method, which is a little more complicated. But it gives you the same result by being able to skip, basically, Sniper 2.
That's disc 1 over. He's doing really well. I've seen some great use of backups like so far. He's trying to get mode here to allows you to just do this basically, walk over that wall, and he should just hit the overload zone on the other side. He'll leave the room and walk back in, and that will make the cargo elevator be all the way at the top position, so he can enter it.
Yeah, plus it'll just make the elevator show up faster, instead of having to wait.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about before with like how precise the buttons are. Like he has to do so many of these setups to make sure he can press the button. Cargo elevator fight should be fine. He's got to get rid of 3 guards, but he will use the God mode exploit.
Yeah, I was about to say nothing that GME can't handle.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor guard trying so hard.
Oh my god, he got him, he threw him off. That's so good. I love his setup for that. I absolutely love the setup to throw the guard off.
Oh man, but yeah, that's... I'm just more impressed by like the further we get into this, and even with some of the hurdles of, you know, like I was especially worried for like some of this out of bounds stuff, because I know being able to see is already like just enough to do it, but it's just the play experience, and especially knowing the backups when, you know, things don't go, you know, according to plan, even if you're actually seeing what you're doing. Okay, I think he's just using that to... Yeah, he's just gonna punch buffer himself back up to align with the terminal thing.
I can't even explain his setup there. That was crazy, but it worked.
Well, I think what he was trying to do was, like, you don't want to go all the way right, because then you're going up this, like, little ramp in the corner, and then you're not even in the cargo elevator anymore, so that's very impressive, what he did there, just using the map to his advantage with the freight elevator. This is why I'm the ultimate spy. I can sneak through walls. I mean, he can just walk through walls, man. I mean, it's not even about sneaking anymore.
It's been phenomenal so far, and I'm just like, I can think the whole time. It's like I can't wait to try this run out. It looks so fun.
Well, I say to myself, it looks so fun, but then it's always like the sessions of when it's not fun. I mean, you know this for prepping for Tanker, and it's not nearly as lengthy as this, but there's just so many things you gotta kind of have to like work through in your head.
The thing is, when it goes wrong, it's the loneliest place in the world, being sat at your computer with your blindfold on. Like,
yeah, it's like, crap, now what do I do?
It's horrible. Vulcan Raven with his Stormtrooper aim. Hopefully Pazzo realizes he's got the chaff grenade on. Yeah, he does. We're going to need grenades to beat Vulcan Raven. We get a confirmation that he's in the right spot now, and he knows how to do his fight. He'll know the timing for throwing the grenades. This won't be too much of a problem now that he's in position.
Yeah, normally you would try to throw these grenades a little bit sooner than what you're seeing, but he's doing this just so he knows when these grenades are thrown, when they detonate, as well as keeping a note of his head, in his head of like how many grenades he should have. Alright, and that should be the last one.
Plenty to spare. That first legit boss, right?
I mean, when you're running any percent, I mean, Raven is like the actual first boss you fight. Like, you have to fight him.
It's the seventh boss of the game, I think, and the first one we fight in any percent.
Yeah, I mean, any percent you fight only 3 bosses: Raven, Rex, and Liquid. I mean, it's hard to believe, but that's just the way it is.
I wonder what he's going up here for.
Oh, he's grabbing ammo.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't blame him for getting extra stingers, because you'll assume that you'll miss a few in Blindfolded. Having extra is going to be a really good thing. And we only get a few on the standard route.
Yeah, but I got one question for you and chat. Are we ready to zoom?
So, to go and retrieve it. He has got enough alerts where it will be in the ditch, so I assume it will be a case of just going through every position, right, and picking it up. When you pick up an item in the ditch, you don't know if it's the PAL key or the bomb. That'll be interesting to see him deal with. They don't make like a different sound when you pick them up, it just sounds like an item pickup.
Yeah, I think for the bomb, he'll get a codec once you've picked it up over the key. But see, that's the thing I'm wondering is, like, you could pick up ammo, ration, and including the PAL key card, so it'd be
Absolutely. There's
really
tons of
interesting.
things in that ditch. There's so many things in that ditch. I have to deal with his guard just before he enters as well. There's always a guard here at the end. I wonder if he's spent enough time, but yeah, he's kind of moved away.
Yeah, I mean, when you take your time getting here, that guard is nowhere near the door. Normally he would be at the corner, like, as you first turn into the control room.
I like this setup. Oh, he's farming alerts. That's what he's doing. He doesn't have enough alerts, so he's making sure by farming them here, every time he changes transition, it will give him another alert. So the Palki, it spawns in the ditch. I think you have to have more. Is it more than 10?
Yeah, it's more than 10.
Because he doesn't want the Palki to be in the rat, because the rat would be near impossible to find blindfolded. It starts on a random part of its path. There's no way to kind of like normalize it. And so he has to go for the ditch in order to normalize this. This is a very, very clever way of farming alerts, and then you don't need to worry about keeping track of them during your run.
Yeah, I was actually under the impression that the cutoff for alerts was earlier than this, but this is actually cool to know. I mean, I've just been behind on, like, the latest stuff, you know, typical me, but the fact that he's able to figure out a way to account for alert farming, especially when you're blindfolded, because, you know, we normally do the alert farming if you're intending to, you know, get the easier PAL key method in the docks at the very beginning, but when you're blindfolded, I mean, you're already adding in a variable that you don't want to have to deal with so early. Okay, there he goes.
He was struggling with the ladder because the snake was locking onto the guard every time he punched, which was preventing him from, like, touching the ladder.
Alright, now for the important question. Where is this Palgi gonna be if he's farmed enough alerts, which I think he has with that transition fade in and out. You know, there are
100%.
like... Yeah, there are one of... I think it's like 7 locations they can be in. Yeah, I don't know if it's me, but my audio is a bit choppy.
I'm gonna go with God Key, that's my guess.
Alright, so we got FAMAS ammo, and he's gonna punch buffer to light himself up.
See, even if he picks up the PAL key, he'll still have to check every position, right? Because he'll have to move over every position once. Here we go.
Oh, he's got it!
He knows he's got it, though. That's the thing, like... No, it's like he has to check every spot still.
Oh my god, he's got it, but he doesn't know!
Quick, someone tell him he's got the PAL key, it's fine.
Okay, I think he knows he's either got the key or the bomb by now. Oh god, dude, this is making me anxious right now. Oh my god, you got the bomb thrown away!
He's like double checking the positions, I think.
Oh my god, he's got the bomb!
He must know, he must have a system where he always throws the bomb at the same place, like, there's no way he's gonna go without it. No, Pat, I don't think he knows he's got the key. Please think that SOCOM bullet was the key.
Okay, the audio's better now. Maybe it was just something on the connectivity. Oh, dude, the timer's on 1!
Oh my god, so dead. Oh, he's in the God mode glitch, right? So
Oh yeah, that's right.
the timer won't go to 0.
See, we didn't, like we said, we didn't watch this in advance. I was generally scared for a while. Like, dude, is that bomb gonna blow up?
It wasn't on purpose. It's like it wasn't available to watch. We wanted everyone to see it first. It wanted it to be like, you know, for everyone to see first. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like that bomb like had me on the edge, mate.
It did to me too.
My anxiety was through the roof.
God, even Jag was expressing his concern, being such a veteran of the game. But if it wasn't explained before, I guess I can explain it again, because there's just so much going on. But the reason for farming the alerts so much is that the game has a built-in mechanic that if you exceed over 10 alerts, instead of the PAL key being in the possession of a rat in the drainage ditch in Rex's lair, it'll just spawn in the drainage ditch out of like one of like 7 locations possible. And we know where those locations are just from the farming and people testing, and of course shoutouts to all those guys that, you know, that found and optimized that stuff. So it's a lot easier to deal with than hoping that you get great rat RNG in most cases, and especially in Blindfolded.
It would be impossible to find the rat in Blindfolded. I don't see how you would do it. You just wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be no like good way of being able to do it unless if you just know exactly with the Stinger missile launcher. Alright, so he's got the first terminal, and thankfully he knows he's outside. If you get locked in there before the door closes, you have to take a game over to reset the room, because it fills with poison gas and it just doesn't stop until you're dead. There he is! Alright, see if we can get up to the ladder.
Watch his hand. If he doesn't lock onto the guard, like I don't think he's noticed this. Like he has to like kick him away.
Okay, there we go. See, I think you're right. It's that guard kind of really messes up the setup. You know, not because of like impending damage or getting knocked over, because GME takes care of that, but if he's too close by, then Snake by proximity will want to lock on when you're punching, which is already making it more complicated than it needs to be.
He's lost.
Oh no.
He definitely doesn't want to be down here. Whenever you get lost in Blindfolded, you'll have positions that you kind of return to. So you'd want to like return to the ladder where you came from.
Okay, I think he's trying to trace out the... Yeah, he's trying to trace out the railing.
And this is one of those, like, if you're absolutely... Oh, I thought he had a normalized strat to get all the way back then. That would have been really cool. But I think there is one. I think you could just hold up and right and it would put you into the row where the ladder is.
Okay, so yeah, he's trying to retrace the level here.
Here we go.
Oh, hey, there you go.
He had a backup. He had a backup there. Like he knew what to do when he got lost. When he got lost. So important in Blindfolded. I can't stress that enough.
So from this point on, well, I mean, I guess not really. I was about to say from this point on, normally this kind of blends into what's conventionally a standard all bosses run, which is the PAL key transitions. But given its blindfold, I mean, it's not going to be over until it's really over. So at this point, he's making his trip to the freezer and the blast furnace so he can change the PAL keys from cold to hot, so he can activate the other two fail-safe terminals. For what should have been deactivating Metal Gear, not activating it. I know, shocker.
You can there has always been a strat in this room where you use a certain point in the music to know when to leave. So you don't have to actually look at a timer. But in this case, he will definitely be using that.
Yeah, this was something that Underwater Smoking told me when I was learning to run the game like several years ago, where it was... If you listen to the violin background, in the background, like on the third chorus set, that's when you know it's been at least a minute. You know, I mean, unless if you're really good at the game, you just know when it's time to leave. Like, you don't bother to check the key unless, you know, if you're on console, I mean, I'm just too afraid to, like, just risk it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, there's that third violin track. So he's waited his minute. I mean, it's the worst feeling imaginable, knowing if you went up to the control room and your card key hasn't changed, and you have to track all the way back. But I imagine it's even more horrifying when it's blindfold, because then you gotta repeat what you just did. But thankfully, and actually, he just pulled it up just then. But it is turned blue, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
The thing is, because of the nature of Blindfolded, you're just gonna give it like extra time. Like you can know the point in the music, but your brain's still gonna be like, yeah, just wait 5 seconds extra. You've got to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you want to do is have to retrace your steps to change the PAL key a second time. Oh, I think he... Okay, yeah, he lost his place with the ladder. There he goes.
You know, I've been wondering this since the start of the run. The fixed distance that you get from punches, like sometimes his setup doesn't work for him. I wonder if there's a different fixed distance for punches for like chaff grenade, unequipped, like, so if it's even like slightly different, it will throw off your normalized strategies. That's something he could probably take a look at afterwards.
That might be a valid point. I don't recall if there is a change in punching distance when you're equipped versus unequipped. Aside from your movement being changed.
Could be like the smallest amount, like it's like a couple of like pixels shorter, and you'll never notice just running the game normally, but as soon as you start playing blindfolded, these tiny things make a difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's those details that can help, you know, make or break your run, you know, and in this case, it's helping make the run happen. Okay, he's just trying to trace out the room. There's the middle terminal, and he's got it. Yeah, thankfully for exiting the control room, you could just hold left. You don't have to worry about, you know, navigating up or down so much as you might think, just due to the way Snake is positioned in there. But it's going in that I can definitely see, like, how it's already a struggle. Having to not only navigate against the camera, but the objects within the room for reaching the computer terminals. Oh, he moved up. Oh shoot! So he's gonna have to.
He kind of got like an up. He kind of sprinted for like a second, right?
Yeah, he was trying to punch upward, but then he moved forward.
He's getting
for
that
whatever
every
reason.
time. Yeah, he's getting that like every time. So I wonder why that's happening.
I mean, part of it could be just, you know, change in muscle memory. Like, you're so used to where the ladder normally is, and even with practice, it's still like a different way to play. You know, so it's just one of those things where you just have to really kind of get used to, like, the different setups, even if you've ran it already, like, hundreds of times before. Oh, there he goes. See, that's what I think he was trying to do the last time around with trying to get down that ladder, is go on that slant.
It seems to go for a completely different setup there as well. I wonder if he remembered something or... This is a completely different setup from the way out than he went last time as well. So I wonder if he remembered that he did something different.
Mm-hmm. Man, I actually hate the way that door's set up, by the way. You know, where it's like offset a little bit. Just drives me nuts.
There's something about the doors in this game, like all of that. I hate the way that when you approach them and they start opening, kind of block you for a second as well. Like they don't feel nice to move through.
Alright, got through the freezer. You just hang off to the left. And then on the way back, you go off to the right. It's kind of following the flow of traffic. Well, the NA flow of traffic. Sorry, Apache. Okay, and I guess he's just doing another punch buffer to get himself aligned with the controls.
You gotta get right in that space on the control, otherwise it won't activate.
And I guess while we go through these cargo elevators, I guess I can kind of help preview as to like what's coming up for the rest of the day. So we have Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on PC by Breaker, Metal Gear Solid 3 by Miss Luna MGS, and then for day 2 on Saturday, we have the Metal Gear MSX tournament, which I will happily be a part of. So I'm definitely looking forward to going up against competitors for that. And then day 3 for Sunday, for our 35th anniversary marathon, we got Metal Gear Solid 4 ran by myself, Peace Walker by Little Fat Kid, Nick RP Green running Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes any % New Game Plus, Stag Dark Horse with Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain on PC, and Curve 56 rounding it off with the finale with Revengeance any % New Game Plus Hard. So we got quite a bit of a loaded weekend. I mean, it's only just the beginning with day 1. And like I said, I was having a time, good time with House with MG2, but I gotta say, watching this is really made my day.
I feel it. I feel like inspired. I feel like energized. I'm like, I really want to play. I really want to play this. And I hope more people get that feeling too, because we've definitely seen some blindfolded action in Metal Gear over the last year. There's like 10 of us now that are in blindfolded Metal Gear games.
We're gonna see some like spontaneous like Apache streams where it's like, hey guys, I'm learning MGS1 blindfolded now.
Yes, you will see that, yeah. No doubt. He's done all the hard work for me. I mean, look how much effort this lad has put in. Done all the routing. That's the hard bit.
Yeah, I mean, and of course to doing it any % no less with, a lot of these out of bounds glitches and stuff you gotta do. So I think here he's just gonna wait out the minute. I mean, there's nothing really in here for him to get on easy. Depending on difficulty, you need to get like chaff grenades, more stingers if you needed that pack in there, or body armor if you really wanted to play it safe. But for easy, he doesn't need any of that.
He farmed those like 15 stingers earlier as well from the bit where all the gun turrets are. Like he purposely went out of his way to get those stinger ammo there.
Yeah, that's way easier to. I can see why that's way easier to collect than having to navigate in here. I mean, this place is already like bringing bad memories for me. I've actually died to the steam vents in the furnace way too many times than I'd like to admit.
I do want to bring up some blindfolded trivia about this room. I love to bring this up, and it's nice to be able to bring it up in a blindfolded room. There is a ration in this room that's near the lava on the left side, or the is it lava? Whatever it is. But
no, you're right, it's the lava.
If you stand on that right wall and punch 100 times, you will reach the ration. And that's something Tromboncino told me when he was routing Metal Gear Solid 1.
God, I remember people daring me to go get that jabate ration, which is what I've called it, because it's totally a jabate. You try to grab it without knowing what you're doing to get it, and then 99% of the time you just end up taking a dip into the lava just to realize that you've wasted that minute trying to get it. But yeah, just like before with the PAL key when it was cold for blue, he waited the minute to allow it to change to red, so it's same method, different place.
And I guess we got the Rex fight, Liquid fight, and the escape, which is going to be very tricky. Blindfolded.
Yeah, I mean,
they're definitely the parts of the run I've been most looking forward to.
Yeah, I imagine GME is gonna be a saving grace for him when it comes to Rex
Still
for phase 1 and 2.
Great. He's still gotta hit
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that'll allow him to just be able to be in the fight, but I'm sure there's gonna be like a specific like punch buffer setup so he's lined up in the right spot, as well as hearing like the Stinger lock on, just to kind of give him somewhat of an idea of where he's. Oh, hey, there's the. These things are tricky whether you can see or not. Trust me.
Yeah, no doubt.
The liquid fight is probably what I'm really looking forward to, is how he's gonna set that up. But man, I'm just on the edge of my seat just in anticipation. But I guess what I was going to say as well is, while we're waiting for Puzzle to make his way back to the control room, is if you wanted to get involved with learning games like this or the earlier games ran before with Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, definitely check out our Discord, Metal Gear Speedrunners. I ran Metal Gear MSX at SGDQ 2022 this year, and D-Limes ran Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on PC, which Patchy and Glenn were on couch commentary with that, which, I mean, it's just always a joy to just be on comms with you, man. I just don't know what it is, but it really is just a bundle of joy just to be able to, you know, just kind of chat with you.
Of course, mate. It feels like it doesn't happen for ages, and then we do like a ton of it in a row, and then there's none for ages again.
It's like when the planets align, you know, Joe and Apache are on comms.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think he's gonna get...
I was curious if he would go for more Stinger ammo here. So
yeah,
you can infer by the amount of Stinger ammo that he's picked up that he's going to be spamming them at that Rex fight. Which I don't blame him for at all.
Yeah, I mean, unless if he's really confident where the ammo packs in Rex's lair are when we get to the Rex fight, which I don't imagine he wants to have to resort to that. But it's just part of the game experience of knowing how many stingers you have when you get the weapon, as well as the follow-up ammo packs of how much they add for each one, and knowing how many hits you need for Rex in both phases, which, don't ask me, I don't run it on easy, but I imagine he's got more than enough, including any misses which may happen.
You're gonna need like emergency ammo because the spawn's like all the way on the right side of the room, right? You don't want to have to get all the way over there blindfolded.
Yeah, there's one on the right side. I think there's one on the left, but you don't want to have to deal with it. I mean, you don't want to have to deal with it, you know, like generally speaking. But I imagine blindfolded, I don't want to deal with it. I want to be able to just get the setup in mind with where I need to be, just aim the stinger until he's dead. Like, I don't want to have to like navigate around the room while dealing with Rex, you know, and his antics. Which again, with GME, doesn't have to worry about that too much. But if I ran this on console, I would actually be terrified of Rex, to be honest with you. Alright, so he's just gonna play it safe with the cameras. I don't blame him.
I like that setup for the final key going all the way around.
Oh, even though we just skipped that codec, the big shocker of this whole thing is Master Miller isn't really Miller. He then revealed himself to be, oh, you thought I was Miller, but it was really high, liquid.
And then we beat him up for finding that out.
Yeah, so Adagon's gonna be a bud and just open up the door. And then we're gonna go up to Liquid and be like, hey, mister, making me doing all this running around wasn't cool.
Liquid Snake.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do the did you like my sunglasses bit, but I'll applaud him for at least playing that part out.
Probably doesn't know
like
how
his
he's
sunglasses.
doing for time. Like, he's doing really well for time as well. Like, he said, like, 120 estimate. See it. Slightly off. Oh, he gets it. He's got to hit the radar dome. This is looking good. That was a nice setup. I thought he was going to miss at first, and then he corrected just at the last, so setup accounted for that movement of Rex as well. Nice phase one. He got all those extra stingers, and he just didn't even need them.
Yeah, I mean, you want to play it safe with this, and I agree with his method of getting that ammo. And the lock-on noise, I'm sure, is helping him a ton here, as well as the fact that with GME, he doesn't have to worry about the laser, like, you know, attacking him, or rather just anything attacking him. It's no good. I can't do it. Alright, so he's just going to punch buffer back in place again with GME in effect still, so he won't have to worry about incoming damage. You know what's funny? Like, as he's punch buffering, it's matching the tempo of the music.
Yeah.
Of course, leave it to me to notice things like that.
See your setup. This is what the extra stingers were for.
Yeah.
See, once he's out of place because oh my god, I thought he had it there. Like, once you're out of place, it's so awkward to get a lock on.
Yeah, see, like, he's so close that you can still hit him, but you can't directly lock on because he's too high up on the ground. Oh, there he goes.
One.
Yeah, he found him. Oh.
Oh, he's
Okay, he's just
slightly
gotta-
out of place now.
Oh, he went into missiles. Yeah, I hate it when he does that, because then it lowers its head even lower, because now your setup is altered a bit. One more.
Waiting for him to pull forward.
Wow, way to go.
Get in there, Pazzo.
Yeah, see, that extra ammo paid off.
If you win,
It's going to be interesting. Fist fight with Liquid. He doesn't have the GME anymore. He's got to do this fight
could
legit.
enjoy one brief moment of love.
Curious to see how he does it.
at the end. If you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it will kill even
Fun
you.
fact that falling over the line bit only applies on extreme, where if you do fall over, there is no coming back. On other difficulties, you can grab the ledge and make your way back up, but... So he's gonna go with a rollover, go off the edge, and then go off the edge again. I imagine he's trying to influence Liquid's position, and now he's gonna start this 1-2 punch infinite, where you're stopping the full punch combo by doing like 1-2, pause, another 1-2. Oh, okay, he had it, but now he's gotta like get him back in position again.
What's wrong,
We
Snake?
can't see Liquid, that's what's wrong. Give us a break.
Appears to giving himself some grenades here. I think he's purposely resetting the fight.
What's wrong?
Oh wait, there he is.
He's purposely resetting the fight. Rather than waiting the full minute, he must need this full setup off Liquid, like, to be able to beat him. Because once you lose where he is from the setup, it's going to be impossible to finish the fight. And he would have, rather than waiting out this timer with us all watching, just going to kill himself to reset it.
I was almost about to say, like, so much for it being like a standard, you know, one-on-one fist fight, he just smuggled in like 999 grenades with them somehow.
Yeah, none of. I think even if you glitch the weapons in, none of them actually do any damage. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. You can do
Alright.
it, Pazzo.
Yeah, so once again, he's just doing this 1-2 infinite. It is very hard to do and maintain it.
He's trying to count the amount of hits as well. Like,
Hey, way
yes,
to go, man.
look at that
Woo!
pop off. Oh man,
Man,
he's
there, way to
he was so
go.
happy with that.
Yeah,
Right, he's-
well
I think-
deserved.
I think he's going to tank some rations here on this final fight.
Yeah,
Make sure he
he's just-
survives it.
Yeah, he's just playing it safe. You know, it's...
I'll drive. Uh-oh.
Damn it, Otacon. Okay, maybe we'll forgive him because he opened up the door, but...
Darn, no keys.
So he's just gonna put himself up right next to the Jeep.
I got him. Let's go.
You know, waiting for Otacon to start the Jeep up.
I got it. Snake, jump in. Snake, hold on.
At least now he doesn't have to worry about
Damage
movement
there.
anymore. Yeah, well, he's got 3 rations. He's fine. But at the very least, he doesn't have to worry about movement anymore. Just, you know, aiming left, right, and maybe, like, occasionally up, down.
Uh-oh, Snake. It's a checkpoint.
He really has made exceptional time on this with a 120 estimate.
Snake, you good job, Snake. Let's go.
Yeah, so this next bit's gonna be a little bit tricky because there are no barrels to blow up this time, so he's just gonna rely on, you know, listening to the guards being hit and then just taking them out individually. And also, fun fact, when... I don't know if this works on PC, but on console, if you have a second controller plugged in and then you move off to the... If you move with the left analog stick on the second controller, it actually moves the cards around. Or I think it's D-pad. It was Platonic Guy, I think, that found that.
It only works on the console version because there's no like second port on the PC.
It's not over yet.
Liquid!
Liquid.
Yeah, it's just one of the fun things to save time and like what people find over the years. So shout outs to Platonic Guy for finding that.
Yeah, this section isn't actually an auto scroller. Liquid does have an amount of health, so he does have to hit Liquid. Otherwise, this section will just go on forever until you've shot him the correct amount of times. And now he's lost where he's at, so I think he's just going to do full circles to find him.
Oh man, this
Feels bad, right? Like when he gets turned around, you're like, God damn. You want to just like send the thoughts to him like directly, like communicate with him telepathically to tell him that he's in the wrong place. This looks like a really
oh, there you go. All
blindfolded.
right, I think he found him now.
Nice shot.
House with the 360 no scope.
Through the section. Okay, we're in the final stretch.
Yeah, I imagine it's the acoustics of this where you could use this to your advantage of knowing like what part of the chase sequence you're in. But I imagine the aiming is probably the hardest part of all, is knowing exactly where he is, and I can't even imagine how difficult this is trying to like map out where he is right now.
Yeah, does one wall sound different to shooting the other one? Like, that must be how he's doing it. Needs like a couple more shots and he's done.
Alright, come on, Pazzo.
Yeah, should be it,
I think
right?
I think he needs one more hit. Alright, there he goes.
There we go. Also, blindfolded MGS1.
Let's go, man.
An absolute king.
Alright, so time's gonna come up when we get to the score screen, because on PC, we can actually skip all the credits and all that stuff just by, you know, keystroke or whatever it is. And time. 59:46. Wow, look at that, man.
The first ever full completion of PC any percent blindfolded by Pazzo.
Man,
treat you gave to everyone here today.
What a fucking legend, man.
Right? Right?
Wow, man. I am just astonished at, you know, how well he did, even with some of the hiccups that happened along the run, and especially in very difficult places too. I can't be, you know, more amazed than I already am. And I'm sure Pazzo is ecstatic.
His face. Look at his face. So happy.
Oh man, we need to get him up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we can pull him up. I would just love to have him chime in.
Tell him to come to get in here. To get in here. I want to hear it from him. Let me get him in here.
Yeah.
There he is. Yo,
Welcome
Pazzo,
in,
congrats,
Pazzo.
man.
I was on the wrong channel. Oh my god, I'm so glad.
It's all right, man. Yo,
we were popping off for you, mate. We were absolutely popping off for you.
I swear the escape. I did 150 tries. I managed to do it 2 times. I swear. That's insane. So yeah, too bad I died on Liquid. So I used a cheat to equip grenade on Liquid, because if I just F7, I would have to go through the whole cutscene over and over, so you lose 30 seconds, and that's not good for the viewers. Like, that's just
I explained that it was the most sensible thing to do in this kind of showcase.
just for an entertainment purpose. I mean,
yeah, of course.
But oh my god, I died in the armory. My Rex was so close to kill the run. Like, I had no idea where liquid light were. Sorry.
I mean,
That's
I was
insane.
on pins and needles with the PAL key, because I mean, you know, you had it fairly early, and then you picked up the bomb, and of course,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with running PC and GME and all that stuff. I was like, dude, he picked up the bomb. It's gonna blow up on it.
Yeah, the thing is, I have to take every item in the dishes, because I don't know if I have the palki. I have to go to every position and then throw the bomb. And when I throw the bomb, I know I went to every position. But what happened there is I tried to throw the bomb using the weapon menu, and it's not in the weapon menu. It's in inventory menu, item menu. So yeah, I lost time here and there because of some things like that. But the fact I finished the run, I'm so glad. Uh, I I didn't believe it, honestly.
I mean,
Sometimes it'll be all right on the night, mate, and tonight it was. It really was
Yeah.
all right on the night. So, sub-hour, phenomenal, mate.
Sub
Absolutely
hour.
phenomenal.
That's insane. So the run is not legit, sadly, because I used the grenade on liquid to suicide. But
It's legit to me, mate.
yeah,
thank you.
it's legit. It's legit in my heart, man.
Thank you very much.
Listen,
It is in my heart too.
you're the only one who runs the PC blindfolded at the moment, so you can make up the rules. You can say it's legit.
Yeah.
So if you say
The
it's
rules
legit,
is
it's
you
legit.
can use a grenade. So I have the world record. It's over.
You're allowed to use that liquid with the grenade. It's fine. It's fine. Phenomenal run, mate. And you did that for the entertainment value, and I'm sure. I mean, me and Joe were thoroughly entertained throughout, and I'm sure everyone watching at home was as well. Absolutely
I
insane
hope
run.
so. I hope so. Thank you very much. And there's so many moments in the run I felt I was lost. Like maybe 5 or 6 moments. I was like, where am I? I don't know where I am. And I
It was
managed to
probably
recover.
Comms Tower A and caves
Yeah.
and parts of Rex's lair is really tricky, especially from what we saw with trying to line up with the ladders a bunch. But you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, you knew your backups well, you handled it very well, and I was very entertained throughout the whole thing. Just really in anticipation of like what we were gonna see, or like, oh, how is he gonna handle this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The boba skip though, the boba skip I have it now like every time now because I'm so
Super
used to
clean.
it. But this time I almost missed it because I ran to the wrong way and I didn't cross the door, so I was kind of lost and I just guessed on where where am I? I mean each which stage, and I guessed well. I've been lucky, but it worked. So
Well,
uh,
big
Absolutely
congrats to you,
incredible.
man. I'm sure you'll want to, celebrate as we continue this marathon celebration. But thanks for having me on again for CoComs Apache. It's always a pleasure. And Pazzo,
yeah,
congratulations
thank you
once
very much
again.
for commenting my run. Thank you very much.
I love getting to commentate the best runs, so thank you for having me, mate. Like, it was wonderful.
Thank you.
Hazo, I think I speak on behalf of everyone who's just watched that was one of the most incredible runs we've ever showcased on MGSR.
Thank
That
you
was
so much.
absolutely incredible, and you should be extraordinarily proud of
I
that
am so
achievement.
proud. Honestly.
Well done. Folks, the party doesn't stop yet. Coming up next, we have got Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance being ran by IX Breaker. Don't go anywhere and stick with us as we continue our celebration of Metal Gear's 35th anniversary.